Hey everyone, this is Emily Prokop from The Story Behind. You're listening to a remastered version of last year's The Story Behind April Fool's Day. Enjoy, and thanks for listening. Oh, and don't believe anything you read on the internet today. Information for this episode was sourced from History.com, Snopes.com, the Museum of Hoaxes, and more links which can be found in the show notes at thestorybehindpodcast.com. And if you have a suggestion for a future episode like Elsie did, you can reach out to me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at StoryBehindPod, or visit thestorybehindpodcast.com/contact for more ways to reach me. Thanks for listening. Before the adoption of the Gregorian calendar we use today, the Julian calendar celebrated the beginning of the new year during the last week of March into the 1st of April. When the Gregorian calendar was adopted in France in 1582, those who didn't adhere to the new dates and celebrated in the spring became the butt of jokes, even being referred to as an April fish, referring to being young and gullible and easily duped. But what is also called All Fool's Day has been linked to a number of different cultures, including the Roman festival called Hilaria, which was a celebration of laughter. No doubt you can see the basis for the word hilarious. The tradition of playing pranks, especially sending people on pointless errands, became popular in Europe during the 18th century. And even though today, with the modern technology of the internet, the day is especially daunting for people like me, who have been fooled on multiple occasions. One of the most popular pranks pulled on this day was from the BBC in 1957, when a news report ran about the spaghetti harvest in Switzerland coming in early that year, including a video of women pulling spaghetti from trees, happy to have been able to cultivate their spaghetti successfully that year, before the dreaded spaghetti weevil was able to attack the crops.
But what, you may ask, has the early and welcome arrival of bees and blossom to do with food? Well, it's simply that the past winter, one of the mildest in living memory, has had its effect in other ways as well. Most important of all, it's resulted in an exceptionally heavy spaghetti crop.
Hundreds of viewers began calling the BBC, asking where they could get their own spaghetti plants. Even though March is over, I have a little bit of lore left over from the month's theme of luck and superstitions. It's said that pranking on April Fool's Day should end by noon, or else bad luck will befall the prankster. And those who can't take the joke well is said to attract bad luck. So, even if you may have been angry when Taco Bell claimed they purchased the Liberty Bell to rename it the Taco Liberty Bell in 1996, or if you were frustrated you never got your left-handed Whopper offered in 1998 in a Burger King ad, make sure you can laugh at yourself a little bit today. If you're a podcaster or an aspiring podcaster, I can't recommend Libsyn enough. And when Elsie Escobar from Libsyn's The Feed and She podcast reached out and suggested I do an episode on this topic, of course I jumped at the chance. Plus, her question piqued my own curiosity in the holiday we celebrate today. Because I'm releasing this episode separate from my regular episode schedule, this is a reminder to subscribe to The Story Behind on your favorite podcast app. So when I do release a special episode, you'll be sure to get it right away as soon as it comes out. I'm your host, Emily Prokop, and this is The Story Behind April Fool's Day. Thanks for listening.